from Brownell Library, and today I want to show you a way to make a salt pendulum. Are you ready? You need a few things to get going. First you need some string and some salt. You will need a piece of paper that is square. You can cut a regular piece of copy paper and cut it into a square if you want. You need 3 pieces of string or yarn that are about a foot long, and then one that's a bit bigger than that, a medium-sized one, and then one that's 4 feet long, like that. All right, I put some salt in a baggie, and one fun thing you can do is if you mix a little salt with, I put 2 red food coloring drops in this salt baggie. Make sure you have it nice and tightly closed so that it doesn't go, and then knead it until it's all like a nice fun color. And I did the same with some of the green food coloring. I put a little more in this and it gets a little wetter, so you don't need a whole lot to put in there. So it's kind of fun to have different colors, but white salt works too. I used a black piece of paper that I put under it so that it shows up really well when you make the pendulum, and then you make some art with salt. That's how it's going to go. First, we're going to have to make that funnel. So this is what you do. You get your square piece of paper, and then you fold it diagonally, so one point across to the other point, and you make a nice crease right like that. Then you take one of the points and go to the other side so that it's a smaller triangle. So now you've made it into a triangle like that. You're going to need your scissors, and you're going to cut this round. It doesn't have to be really precise, but you're just going to cut it round so that when you make your cone, you know, it's kind of a rounded edge. That'll make it easier to get the string on. Once you have that, you're going to open it up like that. See how it's kind of roundish when you come out? And you're going to cut out one of those little triangles. So I'm going to cut this to the middle. Don't cut all the way across, because then you lose it. And then cut this out. And that piece you don't need, but this piece is the piece you need. And then you can make it into a funnel. And so you want to make it tight all the way around. That's when you need your tape. Tape it up, and then you'll have a funnel. I made one already like this. I then cut a little tiny piece out of the bottom. So I just went with my scissor, choop, choop, and you start small because you can always make it bigger, but it's harder to make it smaller. So you can't really make it smaller. So then you'd have to make a whole new one. So start out small. This one came out a little big, so that's why I'm using it as an example so you can see it. A little notch in the bottom so that when you open it up, there's a hole in the bottom of your funnel. So then you take your 3 pieces of string that are the same size, and you just tape one to one side, one to another side, and then one to another opposite side, so that they're kind of attached on 3 sides. So that's what I did over here. I have it right here, that there's 3 pieces and it's now hanging. I kind of squeezed it to make it nice and round. Then I took that middle piece of string that was average length, not too long, not too short. So this is where I put that big 4 feet piece of string between 2 chairs. If you have a different spot you want to put it, that's fine. Some people were saying put it in a doorway, put some tacks, or if you're allowed to, put some tacks in it and hang it between a door or in a barn or wherever you have space. But I thought this worked pretty well. You want to make sure you do it in a place where it's easy to clean up too, because that's why I'm doing it in the kitchen, because I can sweep it up and vacuum it up, and because it's pretty messy. So that other piece of string, you attach you make a knot at the top, and then you put this one around, and then you knot that together. So this is hanging in between, and it's ready to go. Want to play? Okay, I'm going to use my bright pink salt. So I put a dark piece of paper underneath. This is just barely big enough, a piece of construction paper. You could put a big cardboard underneath. You can do it on the floor as long as you clean it up after. It's nice to have it on something, because then you can pick it up and do it again and again and again. If it's just on the floor and you vacuum it up, then you can only do it once. So I open up my little baggie. And now I can't just pour it in because it'll come right out, right? So I'm going to hold the bottom tightly shut so that it can't come out, and I pour in my salt, my colored salt, and I'm ready, and I'm wondering what it's going to make. Now sometimes it comes out like a blob, so you know, you try it again and again and again until you kind of get it right. So let's see how my first go goes right here. I'm going to kind of hold it at an angle so that it'll swing a little, and we'll see what happens. Ready? Set. Go. Isn't that cool? It's making a design. I wonder why it goes round like that. You can do some research on that. Wow. Cool design. And then if you have other colors, you can also put that on top and try it out. You can play with the hole, make it bigger, or make a new funnel that's a little smaller and see if that comes out any different, and make different designs. Then, if you want, you can pick it up, kind of squish it together, and get it right back in your little baggie and do it again. Like that. And maybe it'll come out different this time. Let's see. I told you it was messy, right? It's kind of a fun thing to try though. Ready? Oh, see, I made a small swing. Now, sometimes if it comes out that blobby, you could give it a push and, you know, maybe make a different design. That didn't work out that well, but hey, that's what we're doing, right? Playing. So you can do different colors, you can make it swing, and if you picked up a kit from the library, you'll have the pieces you need to make it. Hope you have fun with it. See you later. Bye.